this right here is a low budget and yet very healthy and nutritious meal that you can make from the comfort of your kitchen. Yes, today we are going to be making my favorite of all times, and that is porridge beans and plantain. Yay! So, guys, there are so many ways to make your porridge beans, and there are so many beans out there to be used. But today I am using honey beans, and I also have my oil, salt, plantain, rodo pepper, onion, crayfish, seasoning cubes, and my salt. So you can see that the list is so short, but the end result of this food is always yummy. This is my personal recipe, and I decide to share with you guys. Like, out of 1,001 ways to cook your porridge beans, this is my favorite. Okay, so you start by picking your beans, which I did off camera, and then you're going to add in water and then set that beans to cook. Okay, I'm using pressure pot, and this makes the whole work faster and easier, but feel free to use the normal pots that you have. Just know that the process is going to be a bit longer, yes, but together, if you're using honey beans, it takes less more time to cook, and in less than 10 to 20 minutes my beans is this ready. Okay, not 100% ready, but it's about 60 to 70% gone, and that is a good way to start. Okay, so you're going to set your beans in the sink or wherever, and you're going to wash that. So this is me showing you how cooked it is, so you can see it's not perfectly done, but it's well on its way to glory. So guys, this is me washing my beans. So you're going to wash that very well. Okay, so like you can see me doing, I did this multiple times, so just feel free to eyeball it. When your beans is clean enough, you would know. Okay, so this is like the last time I washed my beans, and here it is. So you can see how neat and yummy this is looking already. So I'm going to transfer that to another pot, which I am going to finish the cooking with. Okay, so remember, like I said, you can use your normal pot from start to finish. This is actually a one pot recipe, but because I wanted it to be a lot more faster, I had to use my pressure pot initially. That's not be your meat. So I'm trying to curtail expenses here. Yeah. So when you put that on heat, you're going to add water and then you add your salt. Okay. Now, it is worthy to note that the quantity of water you add at this point all depends on how far your beans has gone. Okay, it all depends on how far your beans has gone. So, if your beans has is more done, you don't need to put so much water like I did, but just eyeball it, gauge it. Okay, and another thing is that it also depends on how soft you want your beans to be at the end. Okay, personally, I love my beans very, very soft. Like, I love it mashed, almost like ewa going. Okay, just like the difference is just that I won't be like introducing pressure to match the beans. No, I'm going to be allowing it to cook until it's quite tender. Okay, so you can see at this point that the beans is very much ready here, but there is still some water left, and that water is what I'll use to cook up the remaining ingredients. So at this point I'm going to be like spicing up the beans. I went in with my red oil, and in no particular order, actually, in no particular order, so you can feel free to throw in your ingredients as you want. You can start with pepper, you can start with onion, you can start with anywhere. Okay, so in no particular order, you're going to like add in the rest of your ingredients into your beans. Remember, this is a one pot recipe. It's actually a wagon that you make differently. Okay, so ewa going, you are like going to make the sauce differently, cook your beans differently, and then you now combine everything. And then if you want to add plantain, you can now fry or roast and then combine everything. Okay, so for this recipe, you're just going to throw in everything into the pot and you're going to like turn. Okay, so if you also don't want to stir it at this point, you can feel free to close your pot, allow the water to dry up a bit, and then you can now turn at the end of everything. Okay, so this is reme- like when I say this recipe is quite easy, it's simple, it's straightforward, believe me. And good thing is that it is very, very cheap. Okay, it is very affordable to cook this. Okay, so just feel free to try out this recipe and tell me in the comment section what you think about it. Is this how you make your own porridge beans in your home? I really want to know. So you can see that at this point my beans is like very, very, very much ready. So I'm just going to allow the little water here and there to dry up. And like I said initially, this depends on your choice. Some people also love to eat their beans, a little bit watery. So at that point, you can bring it down. But because I love mine thick and I love it mashed, that is why I like cook it to this point. So you can see. So at this point, this is when I can say, yes, my beans is ready for me to consume. So you can see it's well cooked. It's very much meshed. Okay, so some people don't like it like this. Feel free to do what you know, end where you want to end your cooking. But if you're like me and you love yours like this, then why not? Feel free to cook it exactly the way I have cooked it. And guys, I cannot underestimate the use of crayfish and fresh pepper in making your porridge beans. Like that is the OG of this recipe. And guys, this is my end product. I also fried some plantain because I love to be extra. And if you are like me, feel free, okay, to eat your beans just the way you like it. If you love this content and you want me to make more of this content, drop it in the comment section. And if there is a recipe that you're struggling with and you would want us to create for you, then also drop it in the comment section because I am here to serve you. Once again, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.